Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I am Celso and this is Ryan.
So we've been watching the 30-second clips of the TV feed from the rehearsals in the second semi-final. So as last time, we're going to go through them section by section to see what we think. So we have, the first section has 5 songs and it is Malta, Albania, Greece, Switzerland and Czechia. So kicking off with Malta, it's certainly an impressive performance. She really goes for the dance break and they've really put everything to it. Is it enough to qualify? Unfortunately, I don't think so when there's so many up-tempo females, but they've certainly done the best that they can with it.
I feel like they've got definitely a shot to qualify. I love the performance. Sometimes I feel like less is more, but in this case it works very well. I feel like it's very captivating and it's very memorable. I feel like probably one of the favorites to qualify in this semi-final because of this performance. So next we've got Albania. You can go first. You wanna go first?
So Albania, we've seen a couple of different costume changes and I think there's another one coming on the way for the dress rehearsal. So we'll have to wait and see what she chooses there. In terms of the performance, it's nice that Albania are doing something different. They've got some dancers on stage, they're making use of the LEDs, but I don't think it's enough to really elevate the song, and I think it will get forgotten quite easily.
Yeah, unfortunately, I will have to say I don't think Albania will stand out. I didn't like any of the outfits. I think I even preferred the first rehearsals outfit.
No, I did prefer the second one.
Really? I think I preferred the first one, but I just feel like the staging doesn't connect with the song. There is something that is not adding on. I feel like the staging's empty as well. She's trying her best, but I feel like it's not gonna be enough, unfortunately, for Albania this time.
So next we have Greece, which is one of my favourite rehearsals from this semi-final because I really love how modern it is with the one camera, and it means she can connect with the camera so well, which is often a problem for these up-tempo high energy songs, that this really helps her do that. And for me, this is one of the strongest in the semi-final and it shouldn't have any problem qualifying.
As I reacted in one of my previous videos, I think I love the performance. I just feel like they should give us a little bit more of the staging. I feel like if they would give me that Greek elements.
They don't have to do the same Greek elements every single time.
Yeah, but that's what I like about Greece. That's what I like about Spain. There are some things very traditional and very unique about these countries that when people have to vote, that's what we look for. And don't get me wrong, the performance is one of the best of this semi-final. I'm just hoping that they can surprise me with a full performance, but it's spot on. She's one of my favorites. And then we've got Switzerland. It's unique. I loved everything about this performance. Just the outfit, for me, it doesn't add for me. Reminds me of a bird. I feel like sometimes I'm looking at a pigeon. I feel like I don't think many people will take this performance serious just because of that outfit. I know it's quite superficial, but we have to look at every single detail and it does a great job. I feel like if you would change this outfit, this could work so much better.
No, I disagree. I think it contrasts well with what seems to be quite a black and white staging, so it makes him pop on the camera and it adds a level of memorability to it as well. And they've got some unique staging. It's something we haven't seen before at Eurovision, so I think it really looks strong on camera. And while I still don't think it's quite a winner, I can see why it's looking at top 5 in the final.
Thanks to the juries. And next we've got Czechia. They've done a great job with the staging. I love the concept. They try very hard, but I feel like people will forget this performance. Normally Czechia doesn't get much public vote supports, and I don't feel like it's gonna be different this time. I really think that the staging elevates the song, but I just feel like it's not strong enough.
I think it's one of the best rehearsals. They've completely revamped the concept. They've made use of the cubes, which not many countries have done. And she's got these sort of dances which represent herself in different stages. So while I don't think it's votable at all, unfortunately, it's certainly a high quality performance, but I don't think it's going to be a qualifier. So after that block of 5, we will then see France, and then we will move on to our second block, which is Austria, Denmark, Armenia, and Latvia. So, beginning with Austria, it's another polished up-tempo pop performance. I mean, not all of them are going to qualify, and so we have this alongside Malta and Georgia. I think this has a more chance than Malta because I think the song itself is stronger. Both of this and Malta are both similarly polished performances, and the same with Georgia, which we'll come to later. But in terms of which is the strongest of these 3 songs, I think Austria has that, and that should edge it through to the final.
Speaking about the song itself, yeah, Austria is stronger than Malta, but I feel like Malta, it's more memorable, and probably Austria would struggle to qualify. I don't think they will all qualify between Austria, Malta, and Georgia. I feel like Malta is the one right now for me, is the one who got more shots to qualify. So I'm hoping that on the day all of them go and we will be happy here. So next we got Denmark. Pretty similar performance of our national selection. Sounds alright, feels okay. It just doesn't stand out as well. Once more, I feel like it's very forgettable and the song is not captivating as well. I can't see many people choosing this song as their favorite, basically.
I think this, even though it is simple staging, it is striking, and I think it's effective for what it is. And in the rehearsal clip we saw, she chooses a few higher notes in the final chorus, which gives some added impact as well. I also fear that it could just be too middle of the road to pick up those top votes from people. This is going to be right on the border. It's either going to sneak in or it's going to just miss out. And at the moment, I've got it just missing out.
Okay, next it's Armenia. I love the song, I love the staging, it's fresh, it's the time that we all can relax and enjoy the contest, having fun, and especially just good vibes only. I feel like they are doing a great job, it's very likable, it's very votable, and I feel like we've got a potential top 5 in the semi-final for Armenia, so...
I find it way too repetitive. I mean, it looks like it's staged quite nicely, but I just can't get over how repetitive it is. I mean, there will be an audience for it, but I think, as I've said in previous videos, it's not got the appeal of Moldova's Zdob or Sunstroke project, for example. So...
It's Armenia, not Moldova, so...
Yeah, but in terms of the up-tempo party ethnic-y songs, I don't think it's as good as the recent entries we've had from Moldova.
I think it will be enough to stand out and get loads of points from the public votes. So next is Latvia. Oh, this one is a hard one. It's the one I enjoy the performance. I think they get it right. I'm just not sure if it's the strongest ballad here. And probably the countries that are coming next will probably will make it be very forgettable. I think it's doing a great job. I'm not sure if it's enough to qualify, but the concept is great and the blue is really his color. What do you think, Ryan?
I previously had this as my surprise qualifier, but I've changed my mind after the rehearsal. the initial pictures looked really good. It looks like they come up with a brand new concept, but then seeing it in action, it doesn't really seem to do much. Of course, he sings well, and I think it's a strong song, but I don't think it's gonna get people's votes. I mean, we have a stronger ballad in Israel to come, so where's its votes coming from? Like I say, it could get the Estonia vote from last year, but I'm just not seeing it, unfortunately. So after that block, we will see Spain, and then we'll move on to our third block of San Marino, Georgia, Belgium, and Estonia. So San Marino, the clip I think looks pretty good. They've used some on-screen effects. She connects well with the camera. The problem with San Marino, I think, is the song, in terms of it does have a catchy chorus, but I can't sing along to it. And obviously, because it's in Spanish, but even when you have some non-English language songs, you can still sing along, like Greece, for example. And this one, I just can't, even though there is a hook, it isn't a votable hook, if you see what I mean.
It's just about the visuals. I would love to see San Marino qualify. I feel like it's about time. They put so much effort in this staging, works so well. I love the concept, I love the dance routines. I don't think they chose the best 30 seconds of the second rehearsal, because it's just the first 30 seconds of the song. We don't see the dress reveal, we don't see any dance routines, but this staging is so well put together that I feel like they deserve to have a place in a final. And like we said previously, they've got Spain, they've got Italy. They just need to get 2 or 3 points from other countries, and they might squeeze in. I don't put San Marino out, and I would love to see Megara in a grand final.
So moving on to Georgia, so it's the third of these female up-tempo songs in this semi-final, and I think it's probably the most Eurovision-y, but it's also polished, it's also well performed, it also has the best running order slot, and Nutsa is a fantastic dancer and a singer, and the staging, they've really put their all into it with the visuals and the pyro. So I think they're finally going to end their non-qualification streak, and it should be a solid qualifier.
Yeah, I haven't got much to add. Everything is flawless, sounds good, looks good, it's memorable. We have seen before, but there's nothing wrong with that. She's doing perfectly, and this one has to qualify. It's about time to have Georgia in a grand final, and that's why I'm thinking Austria may struggle because of Georgia, so someone will cry at the end of the semi-final, but Nutsa, she has done a great job.
So for Belgium, we see the end of the performance, which is the big climax, and yeah, it looks great, it sounds great. Obviously the question mark for this song comes is what happens for the first 2 minutes, and we don't know that yet. As things stand, it seems like a solid qualifier. But yeah, I think this is one of the biggest question marks in terms of what's going to happen for the first 2 minutes of the song, to make sure
people still connect with the song and want to listen till the end. Is a good question, but I think they will qualify, and for what we've seen in this 30-second rehearsal, it's very good. Next, it's Estonia. As you all know, I'm not a big fan of this song. The staging, it's alright. They use the cubes. They do what they can. It's very similar to their national selection. They've got a great time on the stage. It's just not for me, but
it's still my pick for shock non-qualifier. The staging, yeah, they've got their dance moves,
but nothing else.
Yeah, it's even despite that, it seems a bit bland, and the problem is it's not catchy. You can't connect with it in the same way you can with other novelty songs like Finland from the first semi-final, for example. And if you look at who's in this semi-final, Estonia don't really have many voting allies. They don't have Sweden. They don't have Finland. They don't have Lithuania.
Only Latvia.
Yeah, exactly. And if you go further afield, they don't even have Poland or Ukraine. So all of that region isn't in the semi-final besides Latvia. So are people going to vote for this? I'm not convinced. So after that block, we move on to Italy, and then we finish with our final block of Israel, Norway, and Netherlands. So Israel have chosen a clip which isn't their climax of the song. They've done the opposite to Belgium, and so we don't really see how this staging will develop. It definitely looks like it has potential. They've got nice use of dancer doing an on-stage prop, and her vocals sound great. It's just how will that develop through the song, and that's something we still need to see.
They don't give much away with these 30 seconds. Has potential, like Ryan was saying. Looks good, so she can sing. I don't think Israel will struggle to qualify. So it's one of the performances that I'm very excited to see it all. Next we've got Norway. So for me it's one of the best of the semi-final and the entire contest. They just do what they do better, slaying the vocals, great energy on the stage. They create a great atmosphere. It's very contagious, and I can't wait to see them live. That's what I have to say. I can't wait in a few days to see them live.
Yeah, it's not for me, but it is definitely a professional performance, and it will have no problems qualifying because it completely stands out, and it will definitely have its fans. So it should be a pretty safe qualifier, and in the final, I'm not as convinced it will do as well as you think it's going to do.
Yeah, they will.
But we'll see when we get there.
They will. So last one is the Netherlands. So that's the case that I'm hoping that people who vote for Netherlands will forget to vote for Estonia. So I hope Netherlands can win this semi-final, because that means that they didn't vote for Estonia that much. So that's my only wish. Nothing against Estonia. So the thing is, the rehearsal is like we were expecting. It's funny, it's exciting, it's very, very enjoyable, it's joyful, the crowd will get crazy. They use the LEDs with some lyrics. He's having a great time on stage.
I think they've lost any chance they had of winning because they have gone completely for the novelty concept with the staging, so that's going to turn juries off. Obviously in the semi-final that doesn't matter, and I still expect it will win the semi-final, but I think its ceiling is now low top 5 in the final, because I can't see juries getting behind it as much as I previously thought. So that is all of the performances in the second semi-final, and in terms of the 3 that I'm probably most excited by at this stage, I would say Greece, I would say Czechia, and
Czechia?
Yeah, and I would say in terms of potential, I'd say Israel. I'd say Greece because it's something we've not seen before. It's really modern while keeping traditional elements. Czechia, it looks like it's going to tell a really interesting story, which no one else is doing in the same way. And Israel is going to be something completely different. And I'm looking forward to see how they use their prop and dancers throughout the performance.
Okay, for me I would say Malta, Greece, and definitely Israel. So Israel is the one that we've just in the beginning, so I don't know how this is gonna develop. I don't know what are they trying to tell. I'm curious to know. I'm curious to see if her vocals are very strong. I'm curious as well. I'm excited to know what I'm gonna feel when she performs the song. Malta, I love girly pop banger, and I can see that girl can dance. I can't wait to see all these dance routines.
You think Malta's stronger than Georgia as a package?
Not as a package. I prefer Georgia's song, but performance-wise, I think I would say Malta's. I prefer Malta's. Yeah, it's all the dance routines, all the excitement seems crazy. While Georgia is pretty strong, is a full package. Yeah, obviously. I don't really like the Maltese song, but I love her performance, and that's how I think they will squeeze to the final because of her performance. And Greece, it's just a great song. I love the energy. I want to be surprised by that staging, and I know that will make me dance, will make me sing, and I can't wait to be there and getting wild. So guys, this is our thoughts about the second semi-final. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon. Bye!